Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays RimWorld. I can tell you right now my sound is messed up, but pay no attention to that. Just give me a second. I'm gonna distract you with my singing. This is a song I'm making up. I really hope it doesn't suck. Okay, now the audio should be fine. I actually think I have a to-do list for this episode. This is what I like about a small backlog, man. We don't need, if we want to make a hallway, we don't need walls everywhere. If we want an interior hallway, we do, but if we just want an exterior hallway, we don't. Someone left a very important tip, or a very nice tip. Do I still have the video up and I can look at who said this? This is Halfwing. Said, if you want to make an exterior roofed hallway for fallout protection, what you need is a wall every 11 squares, alternating which side of the 2-tile wide hallway it's on, and then go to the zone tab, select the roof zone, and draw it out along the path you've created. Bonus points for making the floor underneath paved tiles are better to increase movement speed. If you want, you can also line the hall with sandbags in case of catastrophic invasion, but that's optional. Grow zones can exist on either side, and it takes up a tiny fraction of the resources of an indoor hallway. However, it does provide no protection to anything but fallout, rain, and snow, as it's an open-air hallway. I think it's like, our to-do list for this episode seems very small to me. We're just gonna focus on hopefully getting everyone back to basics, or, you know, back to life. One thing is clean this up. Corpses shouldn't be around, makes everything ugly. Rebuild our turrets and hopefully build more. Maybe deal with this situation if we get a chance, and make an open-air hallway, and then probably redo our grow zones, because we are about to enter the winter. Probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to have a heater in our... Why is it... Oh, it's colder in here because of the fact that the walls are blown out. That makes sense. And it's a much bigger space to heat, I guess. Okay, that's fine. 9 degrees Celsius is not good, but it's functional. To be honest with you, people have told me that this is probably a no-brainer, so let's just throw a heater down here, and it should connect automatically to the grid. That's fine. Ruka is dead. Is he still out here? Yes. We need to go back for that stuff, but we don't necessarily need to do it now. Okay, just grab that. We can't add a bill. No, we can't add a bill because it's not in our own base or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter that much. We have a bill on this scyther, right? Yeah, to remove left blade, right blade, and then we'll install those in Mathis if he continues to live. And we learned a lot about combat. Like, for example, there's no reason for us to not use grenades against most of these enemies that are cybernetic. Especially the EMP grenades can knock them out pretty quick. So today's to-do list, hopefully everybody that can get better gets better. Secondly, clean up the base a little bit. Thirdly, let's get our 2-tile wide hallway going here. So let's just quickly build this out. We have 297 marble. And I know it said like every 11 blocks as they alternate. I'm gonna be a little safer than that and just put them out like this. And my reasoning is just, I don't want to have to be finicky with it. I just want to be able to easily produce the hallway that I'm looking for here. And I think that this should be relatively easy. And again, it does only protect you during fallout, but that's like good enough for me. This is not going to be symmetrical even, but it looks semi-symmetrical. Maybe move this one over. I mean, if we're going to be looking at it for a while, we might as well do it right the first or second or third time. Sure, you know what? It's not symmetrical, but it looks pretty close. Then we go zones, and we go expand, build roofed area. We're going to build the roof. Well, we wanted to touch the posts, I think. So we're going to start here. We're going to build a roof like that. Then we're going to build a roof like that. Like this. And like this. Probably doesn't need to be that much, but sure, like that. So now there's at least protection from fallout while you're walking between bases. And we probably should actually extend it a little further in this direction as well. And in this direction. And we'll still have space for growing zones on the side, although it's not going to be as nice as it would otherwise be. So just go like that. And, you know, are they 2 tiles wide? Yes and no. Dope. Okay. Apart from that, also, restrictions. You guys should no longer be in toxic fallout zone. You should be unrestricted. Dope. Now we go to speed 3, and let's make a quick save because we've made some progress. Real save 060. fixing. Making some progress, hopefully. And let's get a quick recap on how our colonists are doing. We have diseases, obviously. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. How is gonna go drink a beer? That doesn't really bother me, but could you also, like, pick up a sniper rifle while you're doing it? Oh, you're gonna go view art instead of drinking a beer. That might be good. This should no longer be deconstructed. Okay, Dan Giesling. Infection is minor and untreated. Toxic buildups initial. NL. Toxic buildups initial. Infection minor and untreated. Extreme break risk on NL and Dan Giesling. Let's see if there's anything we can do for them. Lover died. Hungry. Disturbed sleep. Joy deprived. Ugly environment, etc., etc. Well, Mathis is going to doctor, and that's good. Hopefully it'll treat pain. I'm not sure if it treats pain. Hopefully it'll treat pain, and either way, hopefully they'll get food, and that will, every colonist of the male gender winces in pain. Bad for business. But, our colonists are already in a pretty bad spot to begin with. Oh, Mathis is trying to recruit Dan Giesling over to his side. And the day after his lover died, no less. Wow. Who else is at an extreme break risk? How? What's wrong with how? Psychic drone medium. That's actually like a pretty serious psychic drone, honestly. Medium's no joke. Mathis is fully healed, and he's actually working here. Mental break, sad wander. He's the one who broke down? That's actually pretty terrible, because he was our bedrock there. I am also having a sad wander, except my sad wander involves the use of alcohol. Dan is not happy. He's a night owl in the daytime. Is he incapacitated? Night owl in the day. Well, why aren't you asleep then? Do you not have a bed? Night owl in the daytime. Well, you should be sleeping in the daytime. It's alright. We knew this was going to happen. We're going to have to ride it out a little bit. I don't think getting a toxic, like, fallout shelter set up is our #1 priority, by the way. But it seems like the fastest to do. Unfertilized. 86 unfertilized chicken eggs. It's like my grocery list. I think I am, yeah, no longer binging on alcohol. What did I have, like 2 beers? It's not freshman year of college. I can handle that. Grab that. And when I said freshman year of college, what I meant was 8th grade. I'm a pretty cool dude. How is cleaning? This is good. This stuff should be hauled, just because it's ugly. There is a bill on this. It'll get handled. Dan has to handle it, though. Cheering people up. How? What are you doing right now? Relaxing socially. Important. Not going to say it's not important. Batteries are doing fine, at least for now. A chunk of spacecraft has landed nearby. That's great. This is a good cache of resources, usually. It will be prioritized pretty highly because deconstruction is part of the construction orders. By the way, I have seen some people out there and they're saying, oh, NL, you can't use that learning experience excuse forever. Here's my question to you. Why not? You know, life's a learning experience. You don't go, oh, you know, you're 30 years old. You can't learn anything new anymore. Success is the top of a ladder. Every rung below it is a failure, or at least a lesser success. I take no shame in making mistakes. It's going to happen. Throughout our whole lives, we're going to make mistakes. The thing that, you know, separates some people from other people, I think, is the ability to learn from those mistakes and hopefully make them less in the future. And we have learned a lot. Our RimWorld play is a lot better, and we continue to get better. So I'm not letting those comments get me down. I'm happy so many of you are enjoying the series. How is cleaning? Is cleaning a huge priority right now? Well, to be honest with you, we've lost Malf and we've lost Ruka. Ruka was kind of a jack of all trades, I think. Mathis will never construct because he's too busy growing. Growing is a little lower priority right now. So if there's stuff to mine it, because I usually use that to make more space. If not, then focus on growing. And tailoring and crafting should still happen. When the crafting bills are done, or the tailoring bills are done, then there will be stone cutting for Dan to do, which is pretty valuable. I mean, you don't need to go clean all of that. That seems a little ridiculous to me. Cleaning, still good though. I mean, we do need this place to get clean. We've almost mitigated the extreme break risk. Dan is urgently hungry though. How? Is there any chance, you probably suck at being a doctor, right? Like you're really bad at it. But I'd like you to feed Dan if possible. So I'll give you a 4 just so you can get it done. And hopefully that'll handle his extreme break risk. I mean, I don't know if you should be giving him medicine, but all of our other doctors are asleep, so... You know, at least give him some help. Totally joy deprived. Is there any way that we could improve the joy in our hospital? The answer to that question has to be yes, right? Like, the easiest thing that I can think of is furniture, plant pot, and we just make a daylily, like right here or something. And I'd like you... You're gonna clean. I'd like you to construct the plant pot as soon as possible. So Tomo's gonna do some feeding here, that's good. Severe illness on NL. 71% immunity. Hopefully Mathis can do that with the medicine. I mean, I am sleeping in a medical bed, which is important. How I know you're still cleaning, but just plant the daylily. It's one step and like one tile of work. The psychic drone is ending, that's huge news. Honestly, I think that calls for a save. Even if I die, I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna save scum that, but we'll say drone ended. That's a basically effectively plus 15 mood per individual here. As long as they weren't below 0, which Dan apparently was. One of us died, we're just leaving them out in the open. People deserve a decent burial. That seems fair. What's Tomo up to? Tomo is going for a walk. I'm going to interrupt you in the process of doing that, and I'm gonna have you bury Ruka. And we probably could get a lot of meat off that centipede. We don't need to right now, though. We're really, you know, having to deal with Dan's mood. Treat quality 60. That's not too bad. Treat quality 60. We're up to 84% immunity. As long as we don't die due to severe illness, I think we're in a relatively good spot. Mathis is burning some clothes. I did see some people pissed about the burning of clothes. It's a... Ooh, Dan's healed. It's a There's two benefits to this, as I see them. One is, our colonists are not gonna wear shitty clothes. The other one is that we'll get more space in our stockpile without having to create that space individually. The downside to it is obviously, we could have sold those clothes, and we should have, earlier, but we didn't. So, you know, time to deal with things as they come as opposed to as they stand right now. So Tomo's burning clothes. We're about to get immune to our infection. 100%. Developed immunity. Extreme break risk on Dan still, though. He's healthy. He is about to break. Lover died, disturbed sleep, rebuked by Mathis, in a little pain, slept in the cold. Alright, well, what are you up to right now, Mathis? Feeding simple meal to NL. I would like you to do that. And then after you do that, I want you... NL's gotten food poisoning from simple meal. I'd like you to prioritize working on this heater, because apparently it's colder in here than I thought it was. The steel, unfortunately, is pretty far away. NL's no longer incapable of walking. Is there any way, like, could you haul more steel back? No, you can only haul 30 at a time anyway, so. How much does the heater take? 65, that's gonna take a while. That's a bummer. Probably shouldn't be your job. Okay, build complete, make button-down shirt. I think we're set on clothes now. So I'm gonna X those out, and then I can't believe that things are like sort of going okay. The extreme break risk is a real problem, because the violent break would be really bad right now. Hopefully Dan isn't sleeping in the cold anymore. It is about to be the winter, so as far as I'm concerned, you know, the more heaters, the better. He's hauling 45 steel. Dan is gonna go look at the bed where he used to sleep with Ruka, and then that's okay. Once this heater gets built, I mean, no, we're gonna build this heater as nobody is in the hospital anymore, which is a bummer, but, you know, for the future, progress has been made. That was way inefficient, because we don't have any steel located in our base right now. We hit compacted steel. Yeah, so I actually think that for tomorrow, instead, I do want to rebuild the turrets tomorrow. Instead of rebuilding them with the steel that we know is already mined, I think it might be more efficient to kill two birds with one stone, with one steel. And instead, mine out an area over here that allows us... Man, NL's moving pretty slow. Mine out an area that allows us to not only make our freezer larger, but also may give us some readily available stone. Why are you so slow? Oh, because you have a peg leg. And you have food poisoning. Consciousness, max 50%. Peg leg. Efficiency, 60%. I'm still pretty happy with you, honestly. Dan is burning apparel, so he has hauling at a higher priority than, Wait, why aren't you stone cutting? Is this some... Oh, because we have too many blocks. Ooh, okay. Well, Dan could be making medicine. We only have one medicine? Holy crap. No, Dan's not good enough at being a doctor to make much medicine, right? He's a 4. I mean, I sort of think he's doing an okay job. Sure, prioritize what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, Dan. Be a jack of all trades. We're down to major break risk ×2. Not good, but better. Cooking is going to be very slow today. I would say that's probably all I'm capable of right now. We should probably... I mean, the hauling is overrated. Let me just make sure... Like, it's not urgent, I guess. Let me make sure you're hauling stuff that makes sense. Like, poor muffalo leather pants. Normal. Anything... What quality is poor? Burn apparel. Details. Anything of any quality under 50%. Yeah, I still like it. I'm okay with it. It might be removing kind of like a backlog that we can have for the future in case things, you know, in case our clothes deteriorate or something, but I still think it's worth it to get more space in our stockpile without having to really work for it. But hopefully we can cook more meals tomorrow because we are entering a situation where I would really like to have more turrets set up. In fact, the number one priority, in my opinion, should actually just be getting these turrets set up again. Do we have enough plasteel? We have 112. Not really very much. So rebuild these turrets. And Dan should actually probably, even though he's not very good at it, focus on construction at a higher level than smithing or crafting or etc. etc. Burning apparel certainly can wait, is what I'm getting at. Now he's going to rest. That's fine. But we are going to have Mathis, when he wakes up and finishes relaxing socially, we're going to have Mathis get to work on some construction here. Right now he's consuming a fine meal, and he's doing so away from a table, which I don't like. And I know he's got a mine. Mining's got to happen. But something's got to get built here. Maybe it's worth it to have him get the steel from here earlier. How much steel is in each one of these blocks? I can't recall. Just wait for a sec. I want there to be like 135 steel per block. But I think it's 35 steel per block. 35 steel per block. Have him prioritize building turrets first. And I think turrets cost 150? 175. So that's 5 blocks of steel. The turrets have got to get up. I don't really think there's any negotiating. Flash storm. Extreme amounts of lightning are hitting a small region. This can cause massive fires. Okay, everyone be ready. You know, good time to save. Real save 062. Flash! That's not Flash Gordon. That's Flash Stormson. Flash Gordon's cousin. No, you don't mind that. Mind compacted steel first. 105. 2 more blocks takes us to 175. I don't want to micromanage your mining. I will, though. The flash storm is over. That's wonderful. Fantastic news. Okay. Ooh, mental break, hide in room. Tomo's hiding in his room because he has an ugly environment. We don't need to ask Tomo what's wrong, buddy, because we know what's wrong, buddy. He's got an ugly environment. I'm hoping today we're over our food poisoning and we can cook meals a little faster. It's Mathis's job now, digging at granite. He really wants to dig at that granite, and I accept that. 175 steel. At least get 1 turret up. You're gonna need to walk out for components, I think, but what's Dan doing? Deconstructing ship chunk. This is actually important, and if he can haul this stuff back into the, base, that could be good for our efficiency overall. 9 components, minor break risk on Dan Giesling. Minor is way better than we had recently, so I'll take it. Dan's got 30 steel that he's gonna use to build a heater in the room where he does a lot of his work. I think that's smart. No need to micromanage there. Mathis is working on his steel as well. Were you getting components? No, you're hauling more steel. That's fine. I don't know why you're only hauling 25. Is it because you only need 25 to produce the heater? No. Where are you hauling that steel? Oh, into here. And this one only needed 25. I wish they would haul 75 no matter what, but Okay. There was a flash storm that is burning through the steel up here, which is really bad. Actually, like, you can't extinguish this fire because it's not in our home area. I worry this is gonna burn into an area that's like really bad. Like there's gonna be enemies or something in there, as ridiculous as that sounds. So how you're gonna prioritize getting this fire taken care of? Because I guess steel is more flammable than I thought. That might seem obvious to you, by the way. I got no idea the flammable qualities of steel. There you go, get that sorted. Major break risk on Dan Giesling, probably because he's like, oh Lord, have mercy, there's a fire. This should be connected to the grid. Architect, power conduit. Sure, it is. And it's not destroying the grid to be connected. Dan, what are you doing? Hauling steel to improvised turret? What if you just modified this scyther instead, though? Mathis has gotten food poisoning from fine meal. So this is something that I'll talk about maybe next episode, because this episode we've had a lot of like remedial stuff to get taken care of. Dan Giesling has failed in a minor way. Scyther blade. Mathis, we might be able to add an operation. Because he loves, yeah, he often dreams of going bionic. And he's had his right hand torn off. Can we give him a right hand torn off. Let's give him a scyther blade instead of a right hand. That seems fucking sweet. Mathis, you've lived this long. You deserve it, buddy. As far as I'm concerned, you've worked your ass off for this. Tomo's good to go now, which is awesome. We're making medicine, and we're actually going to do the operation in Mathis's room, I guess. So that's cool. You know, big ups, buddy. I apologize if this doesn't go right, but you are going to be the world's first metahuman. Congrats. You're going to be RimWorld's first metahuman. Did it work? He has a scyther blade on his right hand. That might have completely tanked his efficiency. I accept that. But have you considered that, on the other hand, he has a robot hand? We don't actually have a full colony of night owls. Mathis is just incapacitated, and Tomo's been like, Tomo's been out of commission for a while, so they're gonna sleep overnight. Eclipse. Not that bad. Not that bad. We're gonna save it up. We're gonna say real save 063. Progress. Probably called like 18 saves progress. Some of those have been progress. Some of them have not been progress, I'm sure. But this is genuine progress, because Mathis has a robot hand. It is a rainy thunderstorm, so I'm less concerned about fire, but still somewhat concerned about fire. This tree patch down here is like the worst decision I've ever made. Now, one thing we haven't been good at lately is we haven't gotten a lot of research done. We do need to build another turret, but it is the winter, so I'd actually really like, once you guys mine some more steel, I want the second turret done, but I want heaters everywhere first. Now, I think people said that food poisoning might happen because we're cooking meals in the freezer, which doesn't really make sense to me. Oh, the heater got done anyway. But I'll accept that it's probably my idiocy that is making that mistake. So I don't feel, I don't blame the game for that. Let's put it that way. We need a way for people to stop eating without a table. And I think it's because the meals are too far away from the table. We could put a table in our freezer, but then they're going to be in the cold. We could put a table outside, but then, you know, my thinking is why not just put a table inside? Like, why don't they go to that? They're already not going to it. Dan's still a little pissed. Lover died, cold, feeling terrible. Wanderer has joined our party. A villager named Princess. The 41-year-old. With great melee stats. Incapable of skilled labor. That's fine. Not great, but fine. Howe, you can take a name now. Eugene Howe. Have we had a Sinvicta this time? Either way, we're getting another Sinvicta. This one's popping off. Ish. So you can make your way down here. We'll look at your priorities quick. Obviously a 1. Doctor, I'm going to put you at a 4 just so you'll do it if everybody else is injured and we don't have to micromanage it. Warden, you're actually a 6, which is pretty good. Every time a colonist shows up, I try to, like, remove some jobs from people who are not very good at it. That way, it's not a... these guys are all pretty good at it. That way, it's like they only have a few jobs. But we are definitely guilty of having a few units who are kind of like jack of all trades, master of none. So Dan, I think, should really focus on... well, Mathis is probably being misused as well. I'm actually gonna... but he's so... Mathis is like... He's good at everything right now. And I never thought I'd say that. He's actually good at cooking as well. If there's no mining, he might want to cook to help me out, although his efficiency's pretty low right now. Dan should probably focus on smithing, tailoring, and crafting before anything else is done. So I'm gonna have Dan start to work on parkas, I think. Alright, I'm relatively okay with this, at least for now. Although I am gonna make hauling and cleaning a bigger priority, just because when I want those done immediately most of the time. So we're gonna add a new bill on our tailoring bench here, and the bill is going to be make parka, and we're gonna make 6 of those. We might already have a few, but I always find, you know, it's better to make more. The idea is that the parkas are gonna help us out in the winter. That's my hope anyway. Slept in the cold? 1 degree Celsius. Okay, we need more heaters. And you know what? That's something we can handle pretty quick. So let's get that done. There's a heater in there, but I guess it's not pumping out enough. What's the target temperature? 21. Okay, sure. Heater here. Heater here. There's already a heater there. You got heaters. Yes, we do. You got heaters. How about you? 15, 20. They don't need heaters. Okay, dope. This room does need a heater, though. Lots of people are going to be working in this. So the more steel we can mine, the better. And there actually is some more, so we're just going to click on a lot of these and get the steel mined out as quickly as possible. And we do need to expand our freezer, but we'll do that eventually. We can't really gauge the temperature for now, because we are, like the temperature in our freezer, we might need another cooler is what I'm trying to get at, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet because it's the winter. So even if we lose power, our cooler is going to cool things down to below 0. And we can get rid of all of this. There is an eclipse still going on, but we can get rid of all that. Dan Giesling. Still not in a great mood. You're building a great set of constructions here, though. I'm stoked. Our Fallout tunnel might be okay. Alright, so all the mining is done now. You should be building heaters. Hauling steel to stockpile zone, like, is not valuable, but what do you need treatment for? Asthma? Like, I'm not saying asthma's not a real thing. I'm just saying, like, I didn't realize you had to go to the hospital in RimWorld for it. Okay, get some shit built. Burning, okay, sure. I mean, I'm not really thrilled about the idea of you burning this, bulletproof vest, but if you gotta, I guess. Hauling turkey cowboy leather hat to stockpile zone 4. You gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Mathis is constructing. He's not a night owl, though, and I am. Why am I asleep? Well, it's been a stressful week. Mathis has hauling at a higher desire than his other work. This is not the way it should be. He should cook. He should construct. He should probably construct before he cooks, though. So that's definitely suboptimal. Did I say he should probably construct before he cooks? Yes. Build heaters, my dog. Use the D-pad, dude. We are lacking components, I think, though. But our refactoring of these jobs is better now. Not good, but better now. Because we have less than 300 stone blocks, there should be a... the bill should be outstanding to get this done. Heater is hooked up. That's good news. Mathis is not going to bed. We need to just establish the other heaters where we can, particularly for units that might go to bed soon, because we don't want them to get the mood debuff by sleeping in the cold. So this is that's time for this episode, but I'd like to see more heaters get done before we finish. We've only got 2 more to do. The eclipse is ending. Usually when you hear that beep, you think it's bad news. This time, I think it's great news. Minor break risk times 3. That's actually good news. Mathis is building marble wall. If you could just build the heater. That's all I ask. Just build the heater. You know what? Your room's probably real cold as well because we have not rebuilt a door here. So let's very quickly maybe have Dan prioritize building a marble door. Not an auto door, because I still don't know what those are. That's Mathis. Where's my Dan at? Dan is building a marble wall. I'd like you to just build a marble door first, if you could. And then we'll save, and I'll say that this episode has largely been pretty positive. Cargo pods. Devil Strand. That's some material. It's Luciferium that I should be afraid of, right? We actually have 314 steel, so the last thing, we don't have the heater quite done yet. Dan's got this. Hopefully this will lower the temperature in this room, or raise the temperature in that room. Tomo's room it's oscillating back and forth, but he's handling it. This heater needs to get done. Then we will add a improvised turret right here. Identical blueprint already exists. Okay, well then we'll have Mathis prioritize it after he rests. Sweet! Okay, I think we did a lot of our to-do list stuff that episode and it went pretty well. So I'm going to say real save 064 milestone. Oh, I can't type. Milestone. There we go. Okay, thanks for watching. This one, maybe a little bit on the boring side. Not a whole lot happened, but I think we made some improvements that needed to be made and replaced some disastrous things that needed to be taken care of. So for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.